Dear students, in this part we'll talk about reliability and validity of qualitative data. So the reliability and validity are often viewed with skepticism. The generalizability of findings is not present to the same extent as in quantitative studies. So this is one weakness of qualitative research, because in quantitative analysis we can generalize the findings, but for qualitative research we can generalize the findings. Okay. Then qualitative research are generally not replicated because knowledge of the findings of one study could bias the result of another study. Okay. So each situation is unique. Then summary of qualitative data analysis. Okay. Let's look at this. How to collect qualitative data. You can see data collection. You can collect data through interview. You can collect data through listening. You can listen to others, what they are saying, conversation. Then you can have observation. You observe their action, their behavior, okay, their interaction. Okay. Then archive. You can get, this is the document analysis. You can get the information, historical research. Okay, you can get the information from archive. Then artifacts. Okay, you can get the information from artifacts. Then document. You can get the documents. Okay, the books, magazine, the record. Okay, the record, previous record, government record. Okay, so the files. Okay, memoranda, and so on. So these are the ways of qualitative data collection. Okay. So first, once you collect data from this using this data collection method, it is considered as a raw data. Okay. So after that you need to process your data. So how to process? Okay. So maybe you have audio or visual recording. Okay. Then jotted notes. You may list down the information you have heard. Then also you can get some information from your memory and emotions. Okay, you have listening there. So you can keep some information in your memory, and also you have observed their feelings, actions, behavior, interaction. So it can give you some emotions. Okay. So these are the way you need to process your qualitative data. Then what do you do with recorded data? Yeah, you need to process. Okay. First you need to sort and classify the data. Then open coding, you need to provide the coding. Okay. Then axial coding. Okay. Then selective coding. Then you need to integrate and elaborate the collected data. Then we use some languages for qualitative research. Number one, the word we use data. Yeah, data is for quantitative and qualitative, for both qualitative and quantitative. Okay. So the information collected by a researcher, okay, that is called data. Okay. So as a researcher, if you collect data, okay, from any sources, which is called data. Then interview. A conversation between one or more interviewers and interviewees with the purpose of eliciting or obtaining certain information. So as a researcher, you are interviewer, so you interview some respondents to get some information which is relevant to your research question and research objective. So this is called the conversation between one or more interviewers and interviewees. Then sometimes we use this word, the unstructured interview. Okay, so an interview in which there may be no pre-planned questions, okay, or fixed agenda. Okay, so you ask one question to the respondents, and respondents respond to your question. that question may help you to generate another question. Okay? So there is no a structured interview question is unstructured. Okay? You develop based on the discussion. The dialogue is usually recorded in a transcript or field notes, okay, which are subsequently analyzed. Okay. Then participant observation. Yeah, we use this one for qualitative research. We always use participant observation, where the researcher studies the behavior of a group by actively participating in the group's activities and situation. Okay. So you just observe their actions, their behavior, their interaction with each other. Okay. So this is called participant observation. Okay. Then induction, we use induction and deduction. Okay. So induction, the process in which a set of observation is made and a general principle formed to explain them. Okay. So this is induction. Then also use focus group discussion or focus group. Okay. So what is focus group? A research method of interviewing people while they are interacting in small groups. Then time and event sampling. Okay, we use this word. These types of sampling are used mostly in studies which use observation. In time sampling, the sampling unit is time instead of people. Okay, so researcher may decide to sample the first 15 minutes of each hour of the day instead of observing the whole day. Okay, so when events are the focus of a study, the events become the units from which the sample is drawn. Then also you use coding. Okay, so a qualitative method of analysis of materials such as interviews, where categories of themes are formed and their interrelationship examined. Okay, finally let's talk about some limitation of qualitative research. Of course, there are some limitations of quantitative research as well. So first, it is anecdotal. Okay, it is anecdotal. Stories told for dramatic quality without critical evaluation. Okay. So you are listening the experience, okay, the feelings, okay, of someone's. Okay, so is something that you are listening to the stories. Okay, so stories told for dramatic quality without critical evaluation. Then unscientific. It is also called is unscientific research method. Okay, is considered. Then producing findings that are not generalizable. As I told you, the sample size is not representative of the population, so you cannot generalize the findings for the entire population. Then impressionistic, vague. Okay, this is the ambiguous. Okay, so this is another limitation of qualitative research. Then it is also subjective. Okay, because you will explain from the eyes of respondents. Okay, so it's subjective. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. We end our lecture here. Thank you very much.